What's up, gamer? My name's Luco, and today I'm going to show you how to farm Blight, the tower defense mechanic in Path of Exile, with a near 100% success rate no matter what build you're playing. This strategy works for Blight encounters in regular maps, Blighted maps, and even Blight-Ravaged maps. All you need to pull it off is 2 specific anointments for your rings. In case you don't know what it means to anoint your rings or anything else, anointing is the process of adding an extra enchanted modifier onto an item using a specific combination of the oils that drop when you open the Blight-specific reward chests at the end of a successful Blight encounter. To anoint something, you grab the oils you want to use, the gear you want to use them on, and bring them to Cassia in a town or in your hideout. Talk to her, click the Anoint Items button, put your item in the big vertical box, put your oils in the smaller boxes that appear, then after confirming that you're anointing the correct effect in the wider box down below, click the Anoint button. If you have the Blight Stash tab, you can also anoint items in there by following a similar process using the item slot in the middle. You can anoint amulets, rings, Blighted maps, and Blight-Ravaged maps for various effects, but all we care about right now is rings. Like I said earlier, there are 2 ring anoints that we need to make this strat work. The first anoint requires an indigo oil and a violet oil, so it's pretty cheap, and it causes your meteor towers to create burning ground for 3 seconds wherever their meteors land. To build a meteor tower, you first need to build a fireball tower, upgrade it to level 3, then select the left option when you have enough resources to complete the 4th upgrade. They're pretty expensive to build, but with this anoint they are the main source of damage dealt by your towers using this strat. The other anoint requires an opalescent oil and a silver oil, so it's a bit pricier to apply, but it causes your chilling towers to freeze enemies for 0.2 seconds while they're affected by chilling beams. In practice, this modifier causes enemies to be frozen for as long as the chilling beams are hitting them. The thing you need to watch out for when using this anoint is to make sure that you don't level up your chilling towers beyond level 3. Putting them up to level 3 is good, but if you pick either of the level 4 upgrades, the tower will turn into something that isn't a chilling tower, so the anoint will stop working. What this combo does is it locks enemies in place with the chilling towers, which then gives the meteor towers stationary targets to hit and drop bunches of burning ground in all of the areas with the highest concentrations of enemies. It's incredibly strong, and a well-placed pair of these towers can hold off tons of enemies on their own. There's only one problem with this combo. Some enemies in Blights can't be frozen by the chilling towers. Monsters pouring out of portals that have the little ice icon over them are resistant to the effects of all versions of the cold tower, so they will not be frozen by the chilling beams. There's also a giant goatman boss that can spawn occasionally named Oralath's Slug Crusher, and he always has a modifier that says cannot be fully slowed, which means no freeze effects will work on him either. To deal with these troublesome enemies, we need 2 more towers. A level 3 Seismic Tower and a level 3 Empowering Tower. Specifically, you need the Seismic Tower inside the range of the Empowering Tower. Seismic Towers stun enemies very briefly every time they hit one, but even at level 3, they don't quite attack fast enough to permanently lock enemies in place. Thankfully, the Empowering Towers cause the Seismic Towers to attack a little bit faster, so when you have both together, Seismic Towers can actually keep enemies from advancing just about as effectively as the Chilling Towers. Since stun is different than slow, and since Seismic Towers are not cold towers, this combo will completely stop anything that would usually be able to get past your Chilling Towers. It's a lot of buildings, and it can take a while to get used to building everything in the right order, but once you figure out the feel of it, most Blights become trivial on most builds. What I like to do when I'm running Blight encounters in regular maps is build the Chilling Tower and Fireball Tower first, then check to see if there are any cold resistant portals in the lane that I'm building on. If there are cold resistant portals, then I'll build the Seismic and Empowering Towers on that lane, but if there aren't any, then usually I'll just skip those 2 because the Chilling Tower is enough. When I've built the level 1 versions of as many towers as I want, that's when I'll start upgrading them to try and fully lock the area down. If you're running Blighted or Blight-Ravaged maps, you should just assume that there will be unfreezable monsters all over the place at some point, and always build all 4 towers together. That's pretty much the whole strat, but there is one last thing to talk about with Blighted and Blight-Ravaged maps in particular. I mentioned earlier that they're anointable, but unlike the other anointable items, each individual oil applied to a map gives a specific effect, and you're able to use up to 3 oils on Blighted maps or up to 9 oils on Blight-Ravaged maps. Whichever type of map you're running, I would highly recommend that you at least anoint the map with either 1 or 2 amber oils. Each amber oil you use on the map makes your towers cheaper to build and upgrade, which in turn makes it much easier to cover all of the areas that you need with the right towers. Most of the other oils are more useful for getting better loot from each map, but those only matter if you actually get the map done in the first place. Amber oils make that more likely, so in my opinion, they're very worthwhile. Anyways, that's the whole thing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments on this video or in the chat sometime while I'm live on both Twitch and YouTube. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more like it. Lastly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.